India, a land of rich cultural heritage and diverse traditions, has a history that stretches back thousands of years. Before gaining independence in 1947, India witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the advent of major world religions, and the blending of various cultures and civilizations. This video explores the multifaceted history of India before 1947, from its ancient civilizations and empires to the colonial period under British rule. The history of India can be traced back to one of the world's earliest urban civilizations, the Indus Valley Civilization, which flourished in the northwestern regions of the Indian subcontinent. Centered around the cities of Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, this civilization was remarkable for its advanced urban planning, sophisticated drainage systems, and impressive architectural achievements. The Indus Valley people were engaged in agriculture, trade, and crafts. They developed a script that remains undeciphered to this day, and their society was marked by a high degree of organization and standardization. The decline of the Indus Valley civilization around 1300 BCE is attributed to various factors, including climate change and invasions by nomadic tribes. Following the decline of the Indus Valley civilization, the Vedic period began with the arrival of the Indo-Aryans. The Vedas, a collection of religious texts composed during this time, provide insights into the early Vedic society, which was predominantly pastoral and later transitioned to agriculture. The Vedic period also saw the emergence of the caste system, which structured society into hierarchical groups based on occupation and duty. During this period, the foundations of Hinduism were laid, with the composition of the Rig Veda, the oldest of the Vedas. The later Vedic period saw the rise of powerful kingdoms and the development of early Indian philosophy, which would shape the cultural and spiritual landscape of India for centuries to come. The Maurya Empire, founded by Chandragupta Maurya, was the first major empire to unify most of the Indian subcontinent. Under the reign of Ashoka the Great, the Maurya Empire reached its zenith, extending from modern-day Afghanistan to Bangladesh. Ashoka, initially known for his military conquests, later embraced Buddhism and promoted its spread throughout Asia. Ashoka's reign is notable for the propagation of Buddhist values through edicts inscribed on pillars and rocks across his empire. These edicts emphasized nonviolence, moral conduct, and religious tolerance. The Maurya Empire's administrative and economic innovations set a precedent for future Indian states. The Gupta Empire is often referred to as the Golden Age of India due to its significant achievements in arts, science, and culture. Under rulers like Chandragupta I and Samudragupta, the Gupta Empire saw advancements in mathematics, astronomy, literature, and art. The concept of zero and the decimal system, crucial developments in mathematics, were refined during this period. The Guptas also made notable contributions to Indian literature, with the composition of classical Sanskrit texts such as the works of Kalidasa. The period also witnessed the construction of magnificent temples and the flourishing of Hindu and Buddhist art. The establishment of the Delhi Sultanate marked the beginning of Muslim rule in India. The Sultanate was founded by Qutb-ud-Din Aibak, a former slave who became the first Sultan of Delhi. The Delhi Sultanate comprised several dynasties, including the Mamluk, Khilji, Tughlaq, Sayyid, and Lodi. The Sultanate period was characterized by the introduction of new administrative practices, cultural exchanges, and the spread of Islam. The sultans built impressive architectural structures, such as the Qutb Minar and the Alai Darwaza, and promoted Persian art and literature. The Vijayanagara Empire, based in South India, was another significant power during the medieval period. Founded by Harihara I and Bukkaraya I, the empire became a center of Hindu culture and learning. The capital city, Vijayanagara, was known for its grandeur and architectural splendor, with structures such as the Virupaksha Temple and the Vittala Temple complex. The Vijayanagara Empire played a crucial role in resisting the northern invasions and preserving the Hindu traditions and practices. Its decline in the 17th century paved the way for the rise of other regional powers in South India. The Mughal Empire, founded by Babur, marked a new era in Indian history. The Mughals, of Central Asian origin, established one of the most powerful and enduring empires in Indian history. Under rulers like Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and Aurangzeb, the Mughal Empire reached its zenith, known for its administrative efficiency, economic prosperity, and cultural achievements. Akbar the Great is particularly notable for his policy of religious tolerance and efforts to integrate diverse cultural and religious communities. The Mughal period saw the construction of iconic architectural marvels such as the Taj Mahal, Red Fort, and Fatehpur Sikri. The Mughal Empire's decline in the 18th century led to the rise of regional powers and the increasing influence of European traders, particularly the British East India Company. The British East India Company, initially a trading entity, gradually assumed political control over large parts of India. The company's victory at the Battle of Plassey in 1757 marked the beginning of British dominance in India. The company established its own administrative and military infrastructure, exerting control through alliances, wars, and treaties. The economic policies of the East India Company led to significant changes in Indian society and economy. Traditional industries were disrupted, and the agrarian economy was exploited to benefit British interests. Famines and economic hardships became common as a result of oppressive tax policies and the focus on cash crop cultivation. The Indian Rebellion of 1857, also known as the Sepoy Mutiny, was a major uprising against British rule. Sparked by grievances among Indian soldiers, sepoys, in the company's army, the rebellion quickly spread to various parts of India. The uprising was marked by significant violence and brutality on both sides. Although ultimately unsuccessful, the rebellion had profound consequences. It led to the dissolution of the British East India Company and the establishment of direct British Crown rule over India, known as the British Raj. Queen Victoria was proclaimed Empress of India in 1876. The British Raj brought about significant changes in Indian society, economy, and governance. The British introduced modern infrastructure, such as railways, telegraphs, and postal systems, and established Western-style education and legal systems. However, these developments often served British interests and further entrenched colonial exploitation. The economic policies of the British Raj led to widespread poverty and economic disparity. The introduction of land revenue systems, such as the permanent settlement and the Ryotwari system, disrupted traditional agrarian practices and led to indebtedness among farmers. The social and cultural impact of British rule was also profound. The British sought to reshape Indian society through measures such as the abolition of practices like sati, widow immolation, and the promotion of Western education and values. However, these efforts were met with resistance and had mixed outcomes. The struggle for Indian independence gained momentum in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The Indian National Congress, founded in 1885, became the primary platform for nationalist aspirations. Leaders such as Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, and Bipin Chandra Pal, the Lal Bal Pal trio, advocated for self-rule and Swadeshi, self-reliance. The advent of Mahatma Gandhi in the Indian freedom movement marked a significant turning point. Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolence and civil disobedience inspired millions of Indians to participate in the struggle for independence. Movements such as the Non-Cooperation Movement, the Civil Disobedience Movement, and the Quit India Movement mobilized masses across the country. The contributions of other leaders such as Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhas Chandra Bose, and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel were also crucial in the fight for freedom. The efforts of these leaders, along with the sacrifices of countless ordinary Indians, culminated in India gaining independence on August 15, 1947.